Holyfield 3, the final chapter is underway from Caesar's Palace.
And Holyfield even looks even better condition, more cut than he has in the past, and he's always looking good.
He is a tremendous looking supreme athlete, a chiseled 213 pounds spread across that 6'2" frame. Remember, he was the cruiserweight, the undisputed cruiserweight champion of the year. That was 9 years ago.
He's opened up with a nice effective jab, Holyfield. Jab into the body, jab into the head. He's got to stay busy.
Not about out there, too, to stay out there at range behind that jab. Doubles it up there. Good movement from Holyfield. And then he places a right hand after that jab.
I like the way he's moving. I like the way he's moving his feet and utilizing the ring.
I think it's a good, smart strategy for Holyfield. Triples up that jab now. Circling on the outside. Trying to win over those judges. Fight a smart fight early on here.
Got to confuse a fighter like Riddick Bowe. Evander Holyfield brings more experience, brings more knowledge to the ring. And although Riddick Bowe is bigger and stronger, the foot movement is what will confuse him. Keep him thinking.
Give him a boxing lesson.
Exactly right.
Comes to the inside that time, gets 2 punches off before they tie up. Cortez separates him.
Now Riddick Bowe does have a nice, effective jab.
Bowe has a very good jab. It's what comes after it that should concern Holyfield.
Let him out.
Especially if Bowe can utilize that jab as a way to get through that front door and get into that danger zone where he can let loose. Misses with a right hand as Holyfield ducked under.
He looks very comfortable, Holyfield, right now.
He really does. So many questions as to this addition of Evander Holyfield after all the controversy and the medical events after the Moore fight. So far off to a good start. We'll see how he holds up as the night goes onward.
Hold the head, don't hold the head, don't hold the head.
Here's a nice jab from Riddick Bowe.
Break out, come on, let's go. Let's go.
And if you can prevent tying up Holyfield, you should try and stay away as much as possible. Don't let that big man lean on you.
That'll take its toll as the night goes on.
Watch the head, come on with the head, watch the head.
Warning from Joe Cortez. Bowe just misses with a right hand, and Holyfield fires back one of his own. Coming to the end of round number 1 of this final chapter. Well, they fought 24 rounds combined against each other already, so you think that Riddick Bowe and Evander Holyfield would have such a great sense of each other, but yet needing to be reminded of the basics after round 1 of this, their third fight. Good words of advice from Don Turner and Tommy Brooks in the corner of Holyfield, and from the legendary and venerable Eddie Futch with Big Daddy Bowe. Basically, Joe Macy, hey, they love the work of the double jab and the consistency from Holyfield. And meanwhile, on the other side with Riddick Bowe, his people saying, don't wait, go out there and make the fight, be first.
Well, Riddick Bowe threw more punches in the first 2 fights, and that's just what they're hoping for out of his corner from these next upcoming rounds. He's got to be busier to be more effective. That first round, he let Holyfield have the upper edge. This is the 26th round these guys are fighting with each other.
Yeah, you look at it that way. It's 26th round.
They know each other pretty well.
Do they ever? And has it ever created tremendous results? Such electrifying action between these two. Bowe now with the jab. Good rangefinder for him. Such an effective tool and weapon. Holyfield going to the body with it.
Bowe showing a little more confidence this round, this early in the second round. He's got his feet a little more planted and a little more effective with the jab.
Come on, roll it, let him know, roll it. All right, break out to lead, break out to lead. Let's go.
Misses with the right hand. Holyfield came under it. Tried a right of his own. Back to the jab at range for both men. There's a right hand from Bowe. So far the best right hand that he scored with tonight. Now on the inside. Now this is not where Holyfield wants to be strategically, but in his mind, in that warrior mindset, it may be where he wants to be in terms of his emotion and his personality.
He was so successful in the first round. He should go back to what he was doing, moving, being light on his feet, thinking light.
Just caught an uppercut from Riddick Bowe as he was covering up and leaning forward, shoulder to shoulder, head to head. Well, the first instance, Joe Macy, where we saw the change in real estate, and it was Bowe who got the better of it.
Came over with the right hand. Bowe has that height advantage. That just seems very perfect, very comfortable to come over a jab, to land the right hand on top.
Short right hand.
Get on, let's go.
Just off to the side.
Come on, guys, come on.
Now on the inside. Holyfield willing.
Nice body shot by Riddick Bowe.
Oh, and they're still going after the bell. Look at this.
Where Holyfield wants to be.
And what about the fact that the last two punches in that sequence took place after the bell?
Well, some things never change. It's not the first time that's happened with these two guys.
Possible sign of things to come with that emotion letting loose and overflowing there as to where this fight could be headed. Uppercut on the inside.
He's a great inside fighter. I'm liking these uppercuts. I'm liking the body shots here by Riddick Bowe. You got to wonder why Evander Holyfield wants to stay inside there.
Good uppercuts by Bowe. Holyfield tries to come back with a left hook. You know, for a 6'5" guy, boy, Bowe can really be a good infighter.
He really is a good inside fighter. I don't think he's accredited enough for his inside fighting. Oh, look at the right uppercut. He's really getting the upper hand here on the inside.
You see Holyfield smothering on the inside, that turtle shell defense, but he ate an uppercut moments ago, leaning forward.
Holyfield, too, is a good inside fighter. He just doesn't have the size against a guy like this. He's just too small. The right hands are ripping up top from Riddick Bowe. Taking nice little body shots there.
There's that uppercut again.
But of course, if Holyfield's getting
one of his own uppercut. One of his own, a right uppercut by Holyfield, and then they trade. And Bowe digs in.
Get him out, come on, get him out of there, come on. Get those arms out.
I don't ever think Holyfield's getting beat, because it's just at that time that he's going to come back and answer with a combination of his own.
Left hand on the inside, right hand uppercut fires off, tries to dig underneath again. Oh, that was low. That looked like it was south of the border, and Joe Cortez is going to hand out the warning. It's amazing the geography of this fight has changed so drastically from where Evander Holyfield was in the first round, when we were praising him for the work with the jab and the circling and the movement on the outside.
That's right, Joe. You know he's tough. Holyfield, he knows he's tough. You got to think that's why he's inside here. But he's got to be a smarter fighter. He is a smart fighter. He's got to move, get back on his toes. He'll be much more effective as he was in the first round.
It seems this entire round has been fought with these two men just a couple inches away from each other. They each have had their moments. For Bowe, it has been the uppercuts on the inside. For Holyfield, just releasing a little bit, backing off, and trying the hooks or the short rights. Now there's separation. Who will get the best of it? Holyfield misses with a lunging left hook. Starting to get interesting here at Caesars Palace. Bowe Holyfield.